So how do we get started? What do I need to do? Tutorial? Alright everybody, hello and welcome to yet another new game to the channel. The third one this week in fact, and the game that we are going to be playing today is going to be Going Medieval. Really looking forward to this one. I've actually had this very game on my list for quite a while. I think it has been out at least a little longer than the two other new games that we were taking on this week. And I've always found the concept quite interesting. So really looking forward to checking this one out with you guys today. And I think I've already also seen a few comments in our most recent channel news video indicating that a bunch of you guys are actually really looking forward to this one as well. So should hopefully be quite fun indeed. Let's go ahead and find out what it is all about after I have asked all the new people, of course, in the chat if you do enjoy this very video. If you want to, of course, stay around for the full series, make sure to go ahead and smash that subscribe button right down below. Would really appreciate that a ton. We're just slowly but surely inching towards 1,000 subscribers, and every single person just truly helps out a ton. It's a really massive milestone for a small channel like this, so thank you so much if you did that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this game. So, well, we've got three choices here. Standard, peaceful, survival. Well, peaceful. See, I guess this is more like easy, normal, and hard, right? Well, here, you know, you don't have any immediate attacks, but this one seems like you still get the raids, and the difficulty adapts over time, and this is just like the hard variant. No, we've got normal here too. Frequent raids and normal amounts of raids, but this one says environmental events as well. This one doesn't. I'm not sure. I think we're just going to choose standards here and then, you know, normal difficulty. You know, we've been playing some Colony Sims before, so I think we can handle that one, and then, you know, anything above that, if I don't really know the game, I think we're going to abstain from for the time being. So let's go for that one. And that is actually interesting. So you can choose from a few different starting conditions. That's interesting indeed. We've got a new life. Each settler has a story about the past they left far behind, but now this tattered group has a common goal to build a new home together. Recommended scenario for first-time players. I guess that's already the point right there. Probably the one that we're going to want to use then. I guess that's also the one that's going to allow us some time to actually get into the game. So we'll probably choose this one. But let's go and check well, this one out in a second as well. And then apparently you can even make your own scenarios, which is very interesting indeed. Wondering if there's any like Steam Workshop scenarios there or something that you can, you know, take on. I've got no clue. Anyways, if you know that, let me know down below in the comments. We'll just go through this real quick. So you've got a set amount of resources, basically some equipment, so that's actual tools. Okay, guess you got to make those depending on your needs. Short bow, long bow. Okay, number of settlers, we got a whole 3, 23 to 55 years, 1 meter 50 to 1 meter 90, and those times certainly quite a tall land right there. If you're 1 meter 90, Jesus Christ, I mean still today, it's quite the tall size. Back then, in medieval times, very rare, I think, to have people that big, but okay. Up to 110 kilograms. Okay, so this is just like general ranges, not exactly what you get. Then you've got a lone wolf, which is, I guess, not the one that we are going to be picking. This settler starts alone. Wait, should it just one people, everyone. There we go. English lessons with Spacefish. One people. Just one person, all on his own, in winter, next to nothing to show for himself. Wow, okay. It's interesting. Interesting indeed. Flimsy linen winter clothes as well. Doesn't sound like that's all too good in those conditions. But yes, I mean, seems like evidently the way hard choice. Maybe something for the future, but recommended scenario for first-time players. We're going to go with that one, and we are going to go and hit next. So, first things first. Settlement name. It's the most important point, isn't it? I'm trying to think, right? In Transport Fever 2, we had Space City. No, it wasn't Settlement Survival. I think in Timberborn, we called it Fish Haven. I don't really know. How many variations of the channel name can you even pick for the settlement name? Everything is like ham. Horb. Space ham. Fish ham. I like fish ham. That's an interesting combination of wording right there. We're gonna choose that, okay? Now here for this one, we can apparently make our own or randomize. Tempted to choose our own, to be honest. You know, we could like integrate the channel colors, make something cool. Pattern wise, okay, so we can choose from a few different ones here. This kind of pattern I think is quite cool. You know. I mean, all the others. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of cool ones in between, but I think we're going to go for that one. I do like that dove up there, I have to say. I'm definitely going to keep that dove. That one I really like. From a symbol kind of perspective, the most important question, I think, is there a fish? So that's the number one question to be asked here, I think. It's like deer. Like a dragon or something, I guess. Oops, I did change that unintentionally, I promise. Not seeing a fish. Okay, no fish for us today. What do we have here before? Wait. Oh, right. Well, I guess we messed up the placement like that, didn't we? Ooh! Can I reset? That's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Okay, I mean, I've got a general idea. I would love, honestly... Is that a lion? I would love lions. First things first, like 2 of them next to each other, and then this thing I would remove and maybe add like a falcon or something cool. I don't know. Maybe the sun's... Oh, yeah. I think the sun's too fitting. So, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but... You know, gotta make these things cool. So, let's make this, oh, yeah, I think a 5 is quite fine for a scale. Then we go and, no, not translate the Y, we're gonna translate the X to, like, here, -5. Right, so we've got that, and then we'll go to symbol C. We'll choose a line again, and we will transform. We'll flip it in the X-axis. We'll not translate it in the Y. We will go and scale it down again. And we will translate the X to over here. So 2 lions right there. Now we need a cool symbol. Ooh, maybe that. Let's see. And if we move that up here, if we make it a little smaller. Something along those lines. And then we just need to color in the lines, I think. Now... The issue is, this should be symbol C. No, yeah. See, my issue is I would like to bring that to the back, basically. And I think I can't. Like, whatever is at the very far bottom, I think is pretty much what's, like, standing out. So what we would have to do here is, like, swap these 2 around. So it's something like that. And then, well, first things first, let's move this thing a bit out of the way, I guess. So this one right here would be our lion, scale 5, flip in the X-axis, and translate to +5, basically. I mean, the color, I think, is something that we'll probably use anyways. And then we go and... No, wait, that stays in the middle, but goes somewhat here, and we make it a little smaller, and then we put it a little further down. And then that's the choice, right? And then we go for, like, yellow is the color here, and then we've got, like, yellow is the color there. We could... I mean, I would love to take channel colors, but I'm not sure how well that would work out in this case. So, going to do something along the lines of that. We're going to leave the dove in, because the dove I'm actually loving a ton. And, well, then we've got, the color pattern here, generally, right? So we can play around with that a bit, technically speaking. No, something along these lines would be the channel colors, but that's just too vibrant. Something like that, maybe, I guess. I am not quite sure how I change, like, the background color. No, there it is. So we could have, like, a very dark blue here. I mean, double blue is kind of like, meh. It's not great. Ooh, I like that. I dig that look. I think that one's quite cool. I hope you guys like that. We're going to stick to it. We spent like 5 minutes already designing this shield, so I think it's about time to move on. But there is a cool symbol for our settlement. Let's go and get ourselves into the actual game, shall we? So we can choose between map types here, it seems. Plentiful vegetation, fertile soil, clay, moderate amount of limestone, lesser amounts of iron and salt. You can go hillside. Oh, right, so this is just the starting point. I guess the map is the same? No, there's like a random seed attached to it as well. Gonna go for a medium map, as we did with pretty much all the other games that we now newly have on the channel. I think that's usually a good balance of like good amounts of content, but not too much to the point that you can never complete anything. And hillside is like suitable for a good defensive position, which is nice. A fair amount of limestone and clay, moderate amount of fertile soil and vegetation. Or mountain. Tons of gold, iron, silver, lesser amounts of fertile soil. I'm considering the hillside because it's like nice in terms of a defensive position. You know, enemies can't be coming from everywhere, I guess, is the usual principle, and that's how usually like castles and stuff were built in medieval ages. So really tempted to take that one. This one on the other hand side would be quite easy to get like tons of food going for us. I think we're gonna try the hillside. I like the hillside. So there's your random seed down there. In case you want to end up playing the same map as me, you really like it. Pause right there, copy it over, and have fun. I hope you like it. We are going to go like this though, and then we actually have people. Wait, we actually need to distribute? Okay, no, we can, but we don't have to, right? So we can re-roll the characters if we really want. I don't really think I've got any clue what we really want in people, though. Punch drunk. If you share alcohol with Edward, expect a black eye or worse. He's an angry drunk. Oh boy. Whenever a fist fight breaks out, you can guarantee that Edward started it. Why, that is good, isn't it? Long time to catch on to things, and he requires a lot of patience. Even then, he may not understand. Oh, jeez. Okay. Doesn't care about the call. That's nice. So, I'm wondering about this one, if we want to keep him the way that he is. I feel like we may want to re-roll him due to like all the starting fight bits of things. He's also already quite old. What is he good at? Carpentry, animal handling, culinary, marksman, mining, smithing, carpentry. Why has he got stars here? What? Oh, passionate. Wait, okay. There's passionate and there's skill level. So he's actually good at intellectual, animal handling, and melee. This guy's good at animal handling, carpentry, marksman, culinary, melee, speechcraft. This guy's good at mining, intellectual, and both. Okay, I think the balance is quite good. We're just going to keep it as is. I've got honestly no clue what we want in terms of set list. So we're just going to keep it as is, not worried about it too much. I think at the end of the day, it may be a bad idea to do it like this, but I just don't know any better. So we're just going to go and get going like that. We're going to keep the tutorial tips, and we'll finally actually get ourselves into the game. Now, not sure how long that loading screen is going to take, but I'm definitely going to go place a quick cut, and I'll... Ooh, maybe not. No. Well, we get some backstory here, so we can maybe go read through that real quick. And, you know, if you guys don't want it, just skip it. That said, already click to continue. Okay, I'm just going to go over it real quick, and if you guys really properly want to read through the story, feel free to pause. Plague had ravaged the British Isles, leaving a tail of destruction in its way until millions went into the grave, and those left standing were plunged into poverty, brutally scarred by the horrors that they had witnessed. Nothing would ever be the same again. Cold retreated, they set off into the wilderness, claim piece of land of their own. Edward is confident. Oh wait, this is my own. No, we need to read through that, guys. This is my own story, right? This is our story. So, as was their right in the eyes of God and under the law, here they may lay down the foundations for some kind of future. Perhaps hope will follow. Edward is confident, defiant even. We will make this work. We'll take our share of land, we'll build there, and we will defend it. Many have tried, some have fallen, beset by bandits, defeated by drought, yet many have also prevailed. Have faith. The place we found will stand for centuries from now on. Our descendants will be there still. Into a landscape of rolling hills and ancient, crumbling forts, the companions trekked. Each ascent rewarded Gerald with a view that stretched for many leagues. No enemy approach would go unseen, he thought. They built a camp that would in time become the settlement of Fishham. Sick. Okay, so here we go, and we're in-game. Beautiful. So, welcome to Going Medieval. Please bear in mind that the game's under heavy development. That means that the game will have some bugs and unfinished systems, all fine and good. We've got the camera controls, WASD, mouse wheel, zoom in and out, rotate the camera like that. Alternate controls we don't really care too much about. WASD works just fine. World layers. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is cool. I am loving that. You can just literally like zap through the individual levels of buildings. Oh, that's cool. I'm loving that. That's a great idea. Okay, and then we've got game speed controls. You can speed up time or use 1, 2, 3, which is the easier way, I guess, and pressing space will pause the game. You can give orders, place buildings, and draft while the game is paused. Clear. I guess we close it because we can't hit next anymore. So here we go. That's our little starting ground, and yeah, you can see indeed hillside. So in terms of defensive, it is actually quite neat. You know, we're covered from the hills right there, I suppose. Where are we at? Oh, here. Okay, so I guess this is around where we're going to be starting. It's really not that much space in the map. I had honestly expected a bit more. Otherwise, you know, we would have maybe not actually chosen hillside, because this is actually blocking a bunch of space. But I'm sure we can make it work. We will have to make it work now, one way or another. This will be our forever home, I guess, and this will be more or less where we built like the main sort of castle thingy around, I suppose. And then we see, or we build it on top of the hill. Could also be an option. That would actually give us some decent amounts of space. You know, we could just go... I'm really tempted to just build it on top of the hill, to be honest, instead of on the hillside. Or build a castle, you know, that's all going to take us ages, but yeah. Okay, anyway, so we can do the planning a little later. We've got the layer stuff here. We can even hide, like, treetops. Nice. Hide roof elements to see inside. Item indicators. Ah, so those right there. Nowhere to store resources, and our settlers are idle. So everything's just pretty much been thrown into a pile here, it seems. Fine ale pile, sturdy wooden spear, you know, all the stuff that we brought with us, and here are our 3 settlers. So how do we get started? What do I need to do? Tutorial? I'm a bit lost already, not gonna lie. We've got research here, but we cannot research stuff yet. Construct a basic research table for that. We can manage people. Oh, here, okay, we open things up and the tutorial explains. Alright, so manage. Use the manage panel to determine which items your settler will also equip, what food and alcohol they are allowed to consume, etc. You can still force settlers to consume or equip something using the right-click action menu. Okay, so this is basically all of their equipment. Now, apparel, armor... Where do I have, like, an inventory of what I even have in terms of armor and all? Almanac, report bugs, historical records. Okay, so we can give the guys weapons. I guess that's something that we also do based on their skills. So let's go and have a quick look at that. This guy here is better at melee, not all too good at marksman, albeit... It's actually quite passionate, so he'll gain 4 times the XP. Now, that's a bit of a question, right? I'm not sure how much level 14 really is in terms of proficiency. Like, if we should just give him a bow so he can train, or if we... I'm not sure at all, to be honest. This guy here, though, is technically a better marksman, and he's also kind of passionate, so I think we're going to give him a bow. Ranged. And what can this guy do? Nothing weapons related, really. Well, he can melee, kind of. I don't know. I kind of really want to see what we have first before I just start distributing things. Because we've got a wooden spear here, but I think not really much else there. I thought we had 2 bows. Yes, we do indeed. So I guess we give one guy the melee weapon and the other 2 get like a bow. That's at least my assumption right here. We do also have a buckler. So I'm not sure if they can use a buckler with a spear. Melee 13, 14, okay. You could do, like, the butler here. I've got no clue at all. I'm so lost already, guys. I am so lost. I think we're going to click through these things here first. So we've got jobs. Honestly, what this reminds me of a bit is like, what's it called? RimWorld. RimWorld is really what this reminds me a lot of thus far, with like the equipment and the priorities and the jobs and everything. Really reminds me a bit of RimWorld, I have to say. So the job panel is where you prioritize each settler's task. By default, settlers will prioritize their jobs from left to right. Job set to the same priority level. We prioritize left to right. If the job box is empty, that means that the settler will never do that job. Settlers will always do the highest priority job that they can find if a specific job is not available in anyone's okay. So this job priority thing I'm already kind of quite aware of from RimWorld. I'm just not really sure what we kind of need to do, I guess. So this guy is apparently okay, so it marks what things the dudes are better at, right? Now the question is, well, we can schedule work here. You can schedule a panel to modify the time of the day settlers should do. Work, sleep, anything. Okay, interesting. Not quite sure when or what we do there, but it's fine. Now, place a stockpile. Okay, maybe we don't care too much about like the prioritization and who equips what for the time being, and I just kind of try and get some basics laid out, shall we? So we do apparently need a stockpile, which the stockpile is here, maybe. Yes. So stockpile zone. Question. Ooh, there's a sword there. Okay, we do apparently have 2 melee weapons as well. I do kind of feel like chilling up here, to be honest, not down there. So I'd like them to move things up. I'm just not sure if they can just move things up like that, to be honest. Okay, and this is where enemies can come in at, or what? Yeah. So I think the way to go, technically, is to be sitting at the top of this hill. Maybe like around here for starters. So we'll define that stockpile right there. Does that mean that they start moving things over then? I've got no idea in the world. What's he doing? Cutting. Oh, he's making space for the stockpile. Okay. So that's fine. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure, honestly. What do we even have, you know? I guess we kind of need the stockpile to see what all we have. I'm not too sure about that bit. But I would try and move everything up here now, right? So we can maybe have a little campfire going. I guess, you know, we need something like that. It's a bit of heat output. I'm not sure what else we really need. I would go and like cut down a few trees. I'm sure there's like some sort of orders or something what people are supposed to do, like in RimWorld. Right? Or do they need like the butchering table? Leisure. Well, this is all like base building and everything. We can build walls and floors and doors and roofs, which is nice, you know, you can build some houses, which will probably be quite necessary. But where do I do like orders? Where do I tell? Oh, here. Microphone was in the way. My bad. You guys have probably been screaming at me like no tomorrow. So we're going to go knock down some trees here. I'm sure we can use this wood for building anyways. So these will all get knocked down. We'll go make some space here, you know. Just get some open ground around where we're building so that, you know, we can actually see enemies coming, shoot them in the face and stuff. All quite good, I guess. Then we will make sure to cut these plants out of the way here that we have here. You know, just making some space for where we're looking to build, I guess. Not sure what all that is. Oh, here, grass. Okay, so that's all just standard grass. What I'm interested in a bit is, like, how do we do farming and things. So that's maybe something we will also want to check out. But we can check that in a bit more time. Okay, these are automatically swapping to harvesting instead of cutting. So we've got some mushrooms and stuff here, which is nice. That should give us some food, just like from foraging. So that should be cool. Not seeing anything in terms of animals or anything yet, so not quite sure how that bit works. We've got hunting. So yeah, I guess we kind of really want to do some hunting. Okay, we've got one deer up there, which I guess we can do. Boom. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Yes, so that is something that we do need to do now. So, I mean, this guy can take a ranged, and we had one more that was like kind of good at learning, but not good at the skill yet, this guy. So we'll give this guy a ranged weapon, I guess, as well. And then this guy can have a melee one-hander and all shields? I'm not quite sure which one. I guess he's going to automatically just choose what he wants. We're going to give him armor, I guess. Well, yeah. So, I don't quite know, what effects armor has as well or something. I'm not even sure if people should normally be wearing armor while they're working. Small effect and movement speed. Okay, so like linen, gambeson, whatever it is kind of, no worry about that, but everything else, fine. Okay, so that should technically be a start. That should tell people what to do. Okay, that guy's cutting, this guy is cutting, so that's all nice. What I'm now kind of interested in is I would really like somebody to also go and build that stockpile. Tutorial, forbid allow. Settlers will not interact with items that are marked as forbidden. Oh, so they've all had the forbidden icon. Ah, we saw that icon. Okay, so these are all forbidden. You can allow forbidden items by using the allow order by selecting the item and selecting the allow action. If settlers need somewhere to store resources. Yes, okay. So, I guess we actually need to allow people to use things so, that they get moved and everything. So, let's do that. Basically, the only thing, well, I kind of don't want them to drink the alcohol, but I guess they've got to move it all. So we're going to allow everything for the time being. We're just going to make time go a little faster. They're going to cut this down. Hopefully someone's going to... Oh, are you going to move stuff now for us? How do I go out of this menu? There we go. Auto-equipping. Okay, so he's getting himself some equipment for the time being. So he's getting that bow, the other guy's getting the other bow, and he's getting like sword and shield, which is beautiful. And now they're cutting. I am not sure how to move these things over now, to be honest. Or do we like need to build something there first? Like, does the stockpile need to get built first things first? Oh, this is where they run up. Okay. I mean, then knocking down trees. He's building the campfire, which is nice. But what about the stockpile? How does that get built now? Copy, deconstruct, expand zone. It's literally just a zone, but nobody's collecting that yet. So I'm not too sure about that. He is hunting that deer, which is nice. Getting us some meat, so that's all nice and beautiful. And we're really knocking down some trees here. The thing that I'm not too sure about yet is how to move all the goods. But let's do it like this. Very surprisingly, honestly, we've really not done much of anything. I'm just really trying to learn the game for the time being. But the time for the episode is unfortunately already over, so what we're going to be doing, I think, please let me know down below in the comments how I can get them to move all the stuff to the stockpile. Would really appreciate that a ton, because I'm not quite sure how that bit works just yet. And then in the next episode, I guess we will get everything moved over to the stockpile. We'll continue cutting down things and foraging and everything else, getting some food together, and then we will probably have to look at building like a first little house and getting these lads some beds so they can go and sleep and actually relax somewhere in safety. So that is the plan right there. For today though, I'm going to end it off right here. Really been enjoying this game thus far, I have to say. Really, really liking it. I hope you're all looking forward to it as well. I think it has a ton of potential, so should be fun. If you enjoyed this very episode, please make sure to leave a like down below for the YouTube algorithm, and if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, of course, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very, very soon. Ciao.